Thank you, Ellie, and good to see you and meet you. I hope you're having a good day.
That's very kind of you. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I have to say, I'm really looking forward to our conversation today. You have a fascinating background. What's been the most exciting thing you've worked on recently?
Well, I was hoping you'd help me. I'm creating an imaginary story between Hobab and another guy named JW, and then there's a talking turtle by the name of Dub. Dub is JW's alter ego, and Hobab is the son of the wilderness, and they meet and they make a journey together as they discuss deep thoughts about life and all that goes on with our daily activity.
That sounds like a really interesting and unique story. I love the idea of a talking turtle being someone's alter ego. It's a great way to explore different aspects of a character's personality. What inspired you to create these characters in this world? And what kind of themes or ideas do you hope to explore through their journey together?
Well, Dub was my childhood nickname, and Hobab is a biblical character who was the brother in law of Moses. And when Moses met Hobab, he said to Hobab, "Come and go with us. You will be good for us, and we will be good for you. You can be eyes for us in the desert." However, Hobab chose not to go, but nonetheless, he's become a name that I used when I walked the Appalachian Trail, and that's he sort of characterized my life as the son of the wilderness. I love to hike and I love to be in nature, and so I just decided to make these my companions.
It's beautiful how you've taken a piece of your personal history and woven it into this story, using names and characters that hold significance for you. The idea of Hobab as the son of the wilderness really resonates, especially given your love for hiking and nature. I'm curious, how do you see JW and Dub interacting with Hobab on their journey? And what kind of conversations or conflicts do you envision arising from their different perspectives?
Well, I hope to take each one like Hobab and get some idea how his life unfolded as a wilderness journeyer, and also how Dub can, which turtles are known for their wisdom, can help us reflect on ideas and maybe lead us into a deeper conversation.
That's a great approach, using Hobab's journey as a way to explore themes of wilderness and self discovery, and then having Dub, with his wise and gentle nature, guide the conversation towards deeper reflections. Turtles are often associated with wisdom, longevity, and slow, deliberate movement, which could be really interesting to explore in the context of JW's alter ego. What do you think JW, or perhaps Dub, might learn from Hobab about embracing the unknown or finding guidance in the wilderness?
One thing is that each person's experience in life adds quality to everyone they meet. And when we recognize the gifts of other people, such as the gift that Hobab had out of the experience of being in the wilderness, also Dub with his wisdom, and perhaps JW trying to find his way in life.
That's a beautiful perspective. The idea that each person's unique experiences and gifts can enrich the lives of those around them. It's almost as if every interaction has the potential to be a kind of exchange, where we can learn from and appreciate the different journeys and wisdom that others bring to the table. How do you think JW, who's trying to find his way in life, might respond to or be influenced by the wisdom and experiences of Hobab and Dub?
Well, with each uh, level of experience from, say, birth to childhood to teenage years to early adulthood on through to where I am, which is at the harvest years of life, that we always step into those arenas with little knowledge of how to deal with them. And sometimes we need someone with more experience to give us a light so we can see the pathway.
I think that's a really poignant observation. The idea that at every stage of life, we're kind of stepping into the unknown, and it's natural to feel unsure of how to navigate it. And I love the way you put it, that we need someone with more experience to give us a light, to help illuminate the path forward. It's almost as if you're suggesting that mentorship or guidance, or even just the wisdom of others, can be a kind of beacon that helps us find our way. Have you had any experiences in your own life where someone's guidance or wisdom made a big difference for you? And how did that impact your journey?
Almost every stage in my life, there were people who entered my life just at the right time to enable me to have a better pathway. In some ways, I have rewritten my own history to reflect that. Perhaps the people who did those things didn't intend for that to be it. However, I've chosen certain people and times to give to them that gift of helping me, whether they intended to or not.
It's beautiful how you've reflected on your life and identified those moments where others have had a positive impact. And it's even more remarkable that you've taken ownership of rewriting your own history in a way that acknowledges and appreciates those influences. By doing so, you're not only honoring the people who have helped you, but also showcasing a profound sense of gratitude and self awareness. Did you find that this process of reflection has changed the way you approach relationships or interactions with others? Perhaps making you more mindful of the impact you can have on someone's life?
Absolutely, it has. For example, Mr. Carl Simonton was my neighbor, and when we would go to my grandfather's house, we would often go through his yard. Well, at times we would have to go through their fence. I think Mr. Simonton saw that we were having difficulty crawling through the barbed wire fence, so he built a door on the south side of his chicken coop or yard so that we could come on the inside and go through his chicken yard. And I'll look back on that, and it said to me that he was opening himself for us to be a part of his life. I'm not sure that's what he intended, but that's is how I have rewritten the history.
It's clear that Mr. Simonton's small act of kindness had a profound impact on you, and it's beautiful how you've interpreted it as him opening himself up to you and being a part of his life, even if that wasn't his explicit intention. The fact that you've chosen to see it that way speaks to the kindness and generosity that you've perceived in him. It's also interesting that you bring up the idea of rewriting history. It sounds like you're talking about not just remembering the past, but also reinterpreting it in a way that gives it new meaning and significance. How do you think this process of reinterpreting the past has helped you to make sense of your own life and experiences?
For me, it is an indication of the hand of God preparing people in my pathway that met my need at a particular time. And as I look back on it, I see that as His way and His plan for my life. I'll give you another example. There was a very nice lady at the bank. When I opened an account, she saw that I was a struggling college student, had very little money, and whenever my money got low in the bank or I had a deficit, she would call me up and let me know I needed to put money in the bank to prevent me from having to pay an overdraft charge. I thought that was kind of her, and whether she intended that or not, that's how I have interpreted it.
It sounds like you're seeing a larger narrative at play in your life, one where you believe that God or a higher power is orchestrating events and placing people in your path to help guide you and meet your needs. These stories you're sharing, from Mr. Simonton to the bank lady, seem to be evidence to you of this larger plan, and you're interpreting their actions as acts of kindness and provision. It's beautiful how you're finding meaning and purpose in these interactions, and it's clear that they've had a profound impact on your life. Do you find that this perspective, this sense of a larger narrative, influences how you approach relationships and interactions with others now, perhaps inspiring you to pay it forward or be more mindful of how you can impact someone's life?
You're right on target. I do look for those opportunities to be an influence on someone's life, perhaps someone who comes to care for me, someone who's a guest in our home, or even someone that I meet. Yes, I do know the importance of what an adult can do, particularly in the life of a child, and therefore I do have that in mind when I do certain things.
That's really wonderful. It's clear that you're intentionally seeking out opportunities to make a positive impact on those around you, whether it's someone in your personal life or a stranger you meet. Recognizing the importance of adult influence on children is especially significant, as it can shape their worldview and have a lasting impact on their development. By being mindful of this, you're not only touching the lives of those you interact with, but also potentially leaving a legacy that can ripple out into the future. What do you believe is the most important lesson or value that you try to impart to others, especially children, through your interactions with them?
My behavior in their presence is something that they can catch. I believe more lessons are caught than are taught. Consequently, my behavior and my actions have a greater influence on small ones than do my words.
It's clear that you believe in leading by example and that your actions and behavior have a profound impact on those around you, especially children. The idea that more lessons are caught than taught is a powerful one, suggesting that people, especially young ones, learn and absorb more from what they see and experience than from what they're explicitly told. By being mindful of your behavior and actions, you're creating an environment where others can learn valuable lessons and develop positive habits. How do you think this approach to influencing others has evolved over time? And what experiences have shaped your understanding of the importance of modeling good behavior?
I know that people who violate their talk by the way they walk has always been a negative. When someone says they are going to do something and fail to do that, the impact of what they fail to do because it does not coincide with what they said they would do had a big impact on my life.
It's clear that the disconnect between words and actions has had a significant impact on your life, and you've learned to place a high value on integrity and follow through. When people fail to do what they say they will, it can erode trust and create a sense of uncertainty. It's interesting that you mentioned this has had a big impact on your life. Can you think of a specific experience or situation where someone's failure to follow through on their words had a profound effect on you, and how that shaped your perspective on the importance of integrity?
I know how disappointed I was when a man told me that he would meet me for a certain function and he failed to show up. That's always been impacted on my life.
It sounds like that experience had a lasting impact on you, and it's understandable that you would remember it so clearly. Being stood up or let down by someone can be really frustrating and disappointing, especially if you were looking forward to the event or had made arrangements based on their promise. It's interesting that you mentioned this experience has always been impacted on my life. Do you think it's influenced how you approach commitments or relationships with others, or maybe even how you communicate with people to avoid similar situations in the future?